Hey everybody, welcome back. So we've covered incorporating transit into our journeys, planning in advance, and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. With that in mind, let's talk about some common hazards that you will encounter as you cycle through your cities, through your towns, whatever wherever you are, you're going to encounter these on some level or another. The first one, especially given the location for this video, since I just departed the train station, let's talk about train tracks or tram tracks, depending on where you are in the world. Either way, they can be dangerous. It only takes one time for you to have your wheel get stuck in a train track and you get launched off of your bike. It has happened to me, and it was very unpleasant. I was in the city of San Francisco in a place called North Beach, also known as Little Italy, and I was going down the road and was not paying close enough attention to where my wheels were in relationship to the cable car tracks, and it threw me off the bike. That has only happened to me once. So the way I suggest you avoid that is when you are approaching train tracks or tram tracks is you cross them as perpendicular as you can. And I say that because not every crossing is going to be straight on. Sometimes you're going to have to reposition your bike while you're on it to cross perpendicular. This prevents your wheels from being stuck in the tracks. The other option is, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just stop the bike, get off, and walk. There's nothing wrong with that, ever. If that's what you're comfortable with, that's what you do. And that applies for anything in this list. If you don't feel safe doing something, then don't do it. Plain and simple. You'll see things that I do in my videos that you personally wouldn't do, and that's fine. Everybody's at a different skill level. Everybody's location is going to be different. So the way you approach these hazards, the way you approach riding your bike in the city is going to vary. So with that in mind, be aware of drivers who are going to be turning right into a driveway, onto another street, and they're not signaling. Again, this is something I have encountered where I got hit. I was hit from the left-hand side, what's called a right hook, by a driver that was not signaling their intentions. My gut instinct told me this was going to happen and I should go around to their left. I did not listen to my gut. That's the last time I've done that. Thankfully, I was okay. Thankfully, the bike was okay. The most damage was to the vehicle that was, being driven. That person was at fault, and luckily enough, they were honest enough to admit to it. So yes, drivers, if you're watching this, just make sure you're signaling your intentions. That's what they're there for. And cyclists, if your gut tells you something's wrong, pay attention to it. Pay attention to that gut feeling and do what you feel is necessary to avoid it. Whatever your skill level allows you to do, that's what you should do. Cell phones, as ubiquitous as they are, and funny enough, you'll see in this video that I am on my phone, on a multi-use path though. Just don't assume people see you. You assume that you are invisible and be comfortable with announcing your presence, whether that is whistling, loud, yelling. If you want to put an air horn on your bike, I've had one in the past, and they are very effective. Whatever it takes to keep you safe. Make sure other road users know you're there. Okay. If you have driveways along your commute, just be hyper aware of people pulling out, whether that's backing out, pulling out straight, because if you've done that yourself, you know how hard it is to see around parked vehicles. This one is kind of a self-imposed hazard for a lot of folks, and that is audio, headphones. A lot of us, get used to having headphones in when we're doing physical activity. This is one of those physical activities where you really should reconsider having headphones in because you need that sense to be able to tell where vehicles are behind you as they're approaching, because you should be riding with the flow of traffic and not against it. That is the safest place for you to be, because you need to be riding predictably. Road users, car drivers, they're going to be going in a direction, and anybody that is not a pedestrian, they're going to be looking for them going in that same direction, not going against the flow of traffic. If you are going to go against the flow of traffic, be on a sidewalk. And if you're going to be on a sidewalk, you need to yield to pedestrians. Otherwise, you are no safer than the vehicles on the road that you're trying to avoid. So this list is not exhaustive in any means, and it also shouldn't scare folks. This is just an honest one person's opinion on different road hazards. Below, what are some hazards you've dealt with, and how did you overcome them? As always, please consider subscribing, liking the video. It really does help me out here get started on this YouTube journey, and have a happy, joy-filled Valentine's Day. I'll see you all next week. Happy and safe riding, y'all.